My mom was born and raised here, so I spent every summer here with my grandparents, but we decided to move back when I was 14, and I've been here ever since. I love living in the country. I was born and raised on a horse. I rodeoed through my second year of college, and I just love, being in the country, being able to have those opportunities to just really be close to nature. And I just love the laid back atmosphere that we have in this county, and just the good-hearted people that are around. I really just love the camaraderie that we see with everyone around here. There's so many different organizations that you can be involved in, the Chamber of Commerce, the Lions Club, Rotary Club. There's just so many opportunities, for us to be involved in the community to help continue to grow the community around us. I actually love this small town and its atmosphere.
Hello and welcome to Made in America, where we explore companies across the country that are making business happen and moving us forward. Today we're in Center, Texas, a town of 5,000 set in the piney woods of East Texas and home to Portacool. Portacool has been based here in Center, Texas since they started making their evaporative coolers over 30 years ago. So today we're going to explore what makes Center, Texas such a special and unique place, and why Portacool is the home of cool. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us out to Portacool headquarters. You want to show us inside?
I would love to.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Tyler, right now you are deep in the heart of East Texas in the Piney Woods in a town called Center, Texas.
Center, Texas. Not quite in the center of Texas. But...
No, sir. During the summer months, our customer service team could take up to 600 calls a day.
Wow, that is an incredibly large amount of calls.
Yes, it is.
So these are busy people over here.
Busy people.
Busy people working hard. Excellent. And then also we talked about logistics and other departments that work out of here. Tell me a little bit more about maybe how many portacools you ship out of here per year.
So, last year we shipped around 65,000 portacools.
Wow, 65,000. And that's all around the world then,
That's
right?
all around the world, Tyler.
That is amazing. All from right here in Center, Texas.
Yes, everything is manufactured here in Center, Texas. It's transferred to our distribution warehouse in Dallas and shipped from there.
That's amazing because it's just incredible to me, anyways, to think about what an impact you're making in the middle of the piney woods.
In the middle of the piney woods, that's exactly right, Tyler. This building has been here for 6 years and we are so proud of it.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice facility. Portacool doesn't mind doing things a little differently, as long as they're serving their customers and meeting their needs. That's how they became one of the largest rotational molders in the country.
We're standing in the assembly area right now, where everything comes together and we assemble the product for final sale. We make all of the media here that you see. This is a proprietary product. We're the only manufacturer in the country that actually makes this here. Most plastic that you buy is injection molded, or you might see blow molded. We're rotational molders, and it has to do with the durability of the plastic. It's stronger. We have a lifetime warranty on our housings, and so we expect it to last. We found that type of plastic with that process works best for us.
So you find that if you do it differently, you have a better product in the long run. It's not about being necessarily the most efficient way of doing it, but it's about the best way to do it.
Well, one of our core commitments is to our customers and to quality. So if we look at that and we say, what are we committed to? We're here because of our customers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And so we want to give them a high quality product. And so when I look at something like that, I want it to be something they're going to be proud of owning and having in their homes or in their warehouse or wherever they might use it.
So we've had the opportunity to see a lot of your facility now and see how things are done. And you bring people through here on tours on a pretty regular basis. What's your favorite thing to show people when you kind of come through here?
Aside from what you get to see, this spot here, what you get to feel. As we come through here, especially in the summer, I have test media on the side wall and fans up behind me on the other wall, and it pulls cooled air through here. And so when you're walking up this aisle and we get into this cooled air, the difference is stark. You can feel it. You can feel the cool effect on your body right here. And so I like to make the point, if in a big open space like this, I can give you that sort of cooling, imagine what I can give you out of a Portacool.
It's an incredible object lesson, and what a sales pitch, man. Yeah, it's good stuff. To understand how Portacool fits into the cultural heart of this town, it's important to understand what Center Texas is all about in the first place. And there's no better way to do that than to sit down with two pillars of the community. We met at Margarita's, a favorite of the locals, and chatted the only way you can at a Tex-Mex restaurant, over a table full of chips and salsa. So Mayor, how long have you lived in Center, Texas?
My entire life, I was born in Center. We were fortunate enough to be able to raise in one town, not having to move from location to location.
Sure.
Went off to school at Baylor and came back home thinking that that would never happen, and I have opted to stay, and very pleased that I have.
Sheriff, what about you?
Lifelong resident of Shelby County. I've been here for 58 years.
You both have the context, I suppose, of the town where you've seen it before Portacool and now after, to know kind of the difference that having a company like that in your community has made. What is that impact from your perspective?
We both saw it when it was part of General Shelter's back room, and it was a buzz fan in a tin box with a sprayer of water on it, now to a very sophisticated machine in every color, shape, and form that you can imagine. We'd like to think that we have grown as Portacool has grown.
Yeah.
Portacool has grown as we have grown too. So it's a completely different thing, and it has allowed us to have a level for employment that we did not necessarily have before. So it's definitely broadened what the more skilled accountant and even science and electricians and whatnot, there's a place truly for them to now be employed.
And it's like when you're watching maybe a football game and then you see that Portacool product and it gives you that sense of pride. Hey, that was made in Shelby County,
Right.
in Center, Texas. So it gives you that sense of pride, you know, that they're a part of our community, not just worldwide, but they originated right here in Center, Texas. So we're very proud of that. We're very proud of Portacool.
Well, fantastic stuff, guys. Well, we've been sitting here for far too long with chips and salsa in front of us without eating it. So why don't we enjoy ourselves, enjoy a little chips and salsa this afternoon.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
All right. Texas is synonymous with wide open spaces. For as long as the state has been around, ranching has been a pillar of its industry. It's fitting then that a Texas-bred company like Portacool got its start by helping ranchers cool down animals under the Texas sun. So Shane, tell me about the importance of the poultry industry to Shelby County.
Well, if it wasn't for the chicken business, you wouldn't have a whole lot of industry here.
Right. How long have you been doing this?
15 years.
15 years.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes to raising chickens, why is it so important to keep their houses in a nice kind of climate-controlled environment where they don't get too hot or too cold?
Well, it comes down to being able to keep the chicken comfortable so you have good feed conversion and livability.
Yeah.
The cool media is huge
Yeah.
to be able to keep the birds alive during really hot days, and the wind speed is awesome.
Well, Shane, thanks for having us out and showing us how cool media works in actual practice out here at a chicken farm. It's been an absolute blast getting a chance to see what you do and to learn a little bit more about how Portacool helps support what you do.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now a powerful enterprise, Portacool hasn't lost sight of another Texan value, the appreciation for those who helped you get to where you are today. The company knows that its people are at the heart of everything they accomplish, and it's assembled a talented team ready to carry the organization into the future. So Portacool as a company is pretty intrinsically tied to the community here, partially because it was born out of some of the industries that are around Center, Texas.
Absolutely. I mean, really the origin came from the poultry industry, and the poultry industry is a very large portion of the local economy. So we continue to play in that space today.
From your perspective now, 30 years on, what do you think has made Portacool successful over these 30 years? What is it that sets you apart?
I think people, and I know everybody answers in that way, but we really have an entrepreneurial spirit. We've got an unbelievable culture, and it starts with your people. And that's why at the very top of our culture statement, we talk about our team and their safety, because we know when our team feels safe, they're going to trust, and when they trust, they communicate, and communication is a lubrication that keeps that engine running. So at the end of the day, it's our team.
I know you were born and raised in Center, and now CEO of Portacool, you know, big company here in Center, Texas, and important to the local economy. But why is it important for Portacool to be in Center, Texas? Plenty of companies start in one place and move somewhere else. Why is it important for you to be here?
Well, I am from Center, and I share that, you know, that commonality with a lot of my colleagues, you know, here at Portacool. So being from Center is something unique. But I would say that, you know, as Portacool continues to, you know, exist in Center and call Center its home, you know, it's a big responsibility. And it's one we take very seriously, because we know that Portacool must be successful in order to support this community. So there's a lot of pressure that comes with that responsibility. But, you know, if you go back to the early 2000s when, you know, offshoring was a big, you know, hot topic, you know, and everybody was trying to get to China for low-cost manufacturing and lower regulatory pressure, we resisted the movement, and we were rewarded for that. And even in between that, you know, having ownership in Dallas and other parts, you know, there was some pressure at that time. But, you know, through that, we've stayed steady, we've stayed committed to Center, Texas, and, you know, and I want to say that our officials, our community, they've been good to us. So it's just been a very reciprocal, you know, and rewarding arrangement for both Portacool and Center, Texas.
Well, you started off in the poultry industry. Things have evolved since then, right? And now you serve a lot of different industries. Just give us an idea of what that looks like, and maybe some of the industries that you work with now.
When we think about our media, and that's really the technology, you know, in the Portacool products, you know, we got into the cool business back in 1996, and I really think what's interesting as to why we got into business is because we were a consumer of the media ourselves. We were having some supply chain difficulty, but more importantly, we felt like there was a better way. You know, why was there only one media, but yet there was all these applications? So we saw that from the same lens that our OEM community sees today. From there, we branched out into the poultry industry, swine, agriculture. Most recently, we've gotten into the data center industry, you know, and some of the largest, most prominent players in the world are using our products today to cool their data centers. You know, and these are products we make right here in Center, Texas. We've also been asked by some of our OEM partners and end users to get into the power generation space. You know, and as we think about those three really macro level trends, you know, you think about agriculture and food growth. You think about power and the need as we continue to put more people on the planet and consume more power. And I think we can all attest, at least in the last 15 months, the growing need for data. Yeah. So that's when we're very aligned with those three macro trends, and I'm very excited to say that Cool Media plays a very big role in all three.
When people hear the name Portacool, what do you want them to think of?
Well, first I would say I want them to think Portacool, the home of cool. But secondly, I just want to say a company that takes care of their customers and takes care of their people. And we do things the right way.
So tell me about Portacool Park. I've heard rumors about this. What is this? And give me some of the details there.
Well, I'm really excited. Man, we started that about 3 years ago, and it was a concept that really originated in conjunction with our city officials. You know, they were looking to do a park to expand, and we wanted to do something to give back to the community. We wanted to see our name on something. So Portacool Park, we did work with the state, we worked with the city. It's just been an unbelievable venture. I love going by there every day, even, you know, coming back from lunch, and you see the basketball courts filled with people playing, people running around the jogging track or at the water park. So just been a great idea, great venture with our city and state officials, and we want to do more. You know, I think that, you know, as we look to give back, we want to do more. So this hopefully is just one big step in the right direction, but we as an organization, we definitely want to do more with this city.
The park is almost like the physical representation of the symbiotic relationship between Portacool and Center, right? It kind of serves as like the place that shows like this is where we are and we're happy to be here.
Yes, I would say that. I think it's in a way kind of cemented, you know, our roots to Center, Texas, that, you know, here's our park, here's our commitment, and you know, I hope everybody in the community sees that. And I hope everybody appreciates that we have had chances to leave, you know, just as I mentioned earlier, but we've stayed tried and true, and I think, you know, the city has definitely done their part to support our growth and our needs at Portacool.
From the town of Center, Texas, Portacool is making their impact felt around the world. By investing in their people and in innovation, Portacool has stayed at the forefront of evaporative cooling technology for over 30 years now. So whether you're on the sidelines of a football game or you're here at a chicken farm, Portacool is there to keep you cool. I'm Tyler Kern, and we'll see you on the next episode of Made in America.